Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. It's a Motivational Monday. Yay! So it's December 26th, which is Boxing Day, which is traditionally in the UK and that part of the world, maybe other places too, I'm not really sure. Boxing Day began as a day of charity, a day when, there are several different versions of how Boxing Day got started. So one of them says that in Queen Victoria's Day, servants and everybody had to work on Christmas Day. So on the 26th, the day after Christmas, the aristocracy would box gifts, would give them gifts that were boxed and food and things like that. And then they would take the day off and share those with their family and celebrate. There are other origins that I read for Boxing Day. One has to do with the Feast of Saint Stephen. And even in some places, Ireland, I think it's St. Stephen's Day, and he was known for his charity. So it's basically traditionally a day to spend with family, friends, maybe people you didn't see on Christmas, and a day of charity. So in thinking about being a day of charity, I thought that today's quote might focus on that. So I have three quotes to choose from. One is "Giving liberates the soul." It's a little bit, this was a little longer. I think it's, giving in giving, liberates the soul, the giver or something. But I thought we could just cut it down to "Giving liberates the soul." Give without remembering and receive without forgetting. I like that one. I like that one a lot. And then the last one is from Pablo Picasso, and it might be a little too long, but I really like it. "The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away." And so that one's a little long, and it maybe isn't quite as much about giving and charity, although it is about giving what you can. It's about giving your gift, the gift of you, the gift of whatever you were put here to do to the world, rather than hiding it or sitting on it or ignoring it or whatever else we do, because we do lots of those things. So I'm not really sure which one I am kind of drawn to, but I do kind of have an idea for the page. I will admit, I looked through, I was like, besides just a gift, a present, I'm not really sure how to represent giving, charity, things like that. So I looked at some clip art images, and many of them had like a hand with a heart, which I thought was cool, but I wanted to kind of put my own spin on that. So here's what I did. I traced my hand onto a piece of solid color paper. And you can see I took a little bit of liberty with it. After I traced it, it was pretty fat, so I kind of trimmed it down to make it a little thinner. And I think my fingers are actually a little thinner, but like when you trace around, you get like outside here, and it's pretty fat. So I cut it down a little bit, and I traced around it. So I traced my hand and cut it out. Then I cut out a second one. I just used this as a template and cut out a second one in a slightly different color, so that they would be easy to tell apart. I chose green because I think green is the color of life. I think, when you think about plants and life and, giving life and things like that, I thought green was good. It's also a very festive color for the holiday season. So I thought green would be nice. We're down to the last little set on Motivational Mondays. This is the back of the book. So number 48, 49, 50, 51 will be the back cover, and week 52 will be the front cover when we're done. So this folder kind of represents sort of the end of the year that we've been doing this. And I wanted to use up some of my paper These are handmade papers. So I picked these up at an art shop in Tucson. And they're really beautiful handmade papers. And I just love the colors. And I've been hoarding them. So, you know, and that's what I do. I buy beautiful handmade paper, and then I'm afraid to cut it. I don't want to cut it because it's so beautiful. But if I don't ever cut it, it just sits in a drawer and I never see it. So this is the year coming up. 2023 is the year of using things up. I'm gonna have my studio cleaned out before January 1st rolls around. Lochinvar and I are going to set aside a couple of days between today, which is the 26th. We might do it today. I don't know. Traditionally, we take down our Christmas decorations on the 26th, so that's probably what we'll end up doing later today. But between today and the beginning of 2023, sometime this week, we are going to spend a couple of days just cleaning out some stuff. And my studio is one of them. So I've done a little bit here and there. I told you guys I was doing it, and I have discovered that I don't really do well one bin at a time. I really do better if I just sweep in and do it all at once. And so that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So in the midst of that, I have found these beautiful handmade papers, and I'm going to use one. And so I thought we'd use one as a background. So we have, I just kind of want to tuck them under here so we can kind of see. So I have this one, and I'm just gonna kind of lay these on here and see how they look. I was thinking we might interlace the fingers. I don't know if they're gonna kind of go this way, or you know, how they're gonna go. But let's take a look at how they look on that background. I like that one. This one's really pretty. Let's see. This one's kind of wallpaper looking. Does it go this way, you think? Maybe it goes this way. So let's kind of turn this one under a little bit, just to kind of get a feel for the size. What do we think? That's pretty, but I think I like this one better with just kind of this one feels a little wallpapery. Although I really do love it. It's very pretty, but I think it might be pretty if I could use it in like small doses or strip, you know, down the side of a page. Maybe that would be a good use for that. And let's take a look at this one. I thought this felt like a quilt. It looks very quilt pattern to me. And it does have a little bit of green in it, although it's not really, it's more of a blue green, I guess, but it is green. Okay, I like this one better than the second one, but I think I still like this first one the best. Okay, so let's go with that. So let's cover the page in that, and I think the best way to do that's just going to be probably to put glue on the file folder and then stick it down and trim around it. That seems like that would be a good way to go. I probably should have gotten a magazine. I don't know why sometimes I just never think about picking up a magazine for gluing, and it's silly. I'm gonna glue it to the edge here. So I have tons of magazines, you know, just to use as the back of as gluing, you know, a place to glue, but I just forget about them, which is one of the reasons that I feel like I need to reorganize, is because apparently I don't have those in a place that is convenient or conducive to picking them up. That is apparently my problem. Okay, I'm gonna come out right just slightly from the fold here. Kind of up next to it. Okie doke. This is such beautiful paper. I love handmade paper. I can tell you it is a weakness. If I see handmade paper someplace, I almost always have to buy at least a sheet or two, even if it's not very much, because frequently I can't afford to buy very much. And two, you know, oops, cutting around that one instead of this one. You know, I have so much stuff. I really try not to buy a lot more stuff, but there are things that I'm just kind of a sucker for, and handmade paper is one of them. So when I'm out somewhere and see it, I almost always go home with a little bit. I think I'll just go ahead and trim this, and that can go on the edge of a page. Maybe, oh, it would be fun to use these like on the next few pages, wouldn't it? To kind of use them all together there as a set. That might be fun. Okay, so that's gonna go this way. Since this piece is gonna stick out, you know, when we get there, maybe it would be fun to have it be one of these that it coordinates. Yep, I think I might have to set those on top of the stash to make sure I get them. Okay, so before I glue these down, I thought I might do some doodling on the hands. They're a little plain, and I like the solid color. And part of the reason I chose the solid color is because then I could mark on one side and turn it over after I cut it out and not see my lines. So we just need to have to figure out which way the hands are gonna go. Are they gonna go across? You know, they could go across like this, like they're reaching out for each other. They could go a little closer in, holding on to each other, right, and intertwined a little bit here. So they could do that. I like that. They could kind of go sideways, like that would be like they're like this. I don't know, maybe I don't have to figure that out yet. I think maybe I like it across the page. I'm not really sure. But I do want to do a little doodling. So I just have the cover of a just piece of cardboard. And I have a gel pen. This one is from Sue Color. It's Glitter Night, which is G57. So I was cleaning out my gel pens, and I kept just the glitter ones because those tend to be the ones that I really, really like more than anything. And so my thought was, I don't know, so now I got to figure out, I do have to decide which side is up, don't I? This side is up on this one because it's got marks on the other side. So if we do that, should they be like this, reaching towards one another? Or like this? If you reach out towards somebody and they reach back, are your thumbs on the same side? I guess they are. That's really it. I just need to decide if the thumbs are going to be on the same side, you know, are they reaching? Okay, I think the thumbs need to be on the same side. Okay, so now we know which way up. Right, so many choices. All right, and then I think I'd really just want to kind of do a little bit of doodling, and then we'll just put the hands together, we'll put a quote on, and then we'll definitely put some trims and bling and things like that. I'm not really sure what I want to doodle, but maybe I like the idea of the heart that I saw, like I saw hands holding hearts and things like that. So maybe doodling something out from a heart. All right. I like that. Okay, let's do the other one. Okay, have those done. I guess I got a little carried away on this one, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it shows up a little better. Well, I don't know. This one has a little more simplicity to it, but it doesn't really matter. They're different. It's okay. That's what we're after. So let's figure out how these go. I'm thinking the darker one should go towards the bottom just for visual sake, right? Because if you put it up here, it kind of seems top heavy, right? But if we put it down here, it anchors. So if we put it up here, and we kind of just want to put these together. I really like the idea of just kind of going across here. I guess we can trim the wrists a little bit. Okay, so if that's what we're looking for, I think it might be easier to, excuse me guys, I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I've been having a rigmarole with a package I sent that didn't arrive when it was supposed to, and it's finally arrived, and I just needed to hear that it was where it was supposed to be. It's better late than never. So anyway, while I was talking, I just glued the hands down and trimmed the edges. So that's where we're ready to move on. Yay! All right. So I'm really loving this. I think this is a really cool kind of looking design. I like all the doodles. I kind of wish I had been more, I don't know, like I had done a little more detail on this one, and I guess I could go back and do something here, but right now I'll kind of leave it here for now, I think. So we need to pick a quote. Giving liberates the soul. Give without remembering and receive without forgetting. And the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. I think giving liberates the soul might be, although we could do give without remembering, receive without forgetting. You know, we could do that in the two corners. I think, though, we're probably going to need to do it on a separate piece of paper, because I don't think I'm going to be able to write over this. I think the gold is going to probably reject any ink we have. So what about doing like a little corner? Should we put it down here? Should we? Maybe. And maybe we should do it in the lighter green at the bottom. What do you think? Let's see. Let's cut this down a little bit, make it a little easier to look at here. We can always fold it where we want it, like to here maybe. Okay, so we've got that, and then maybe down just a little bit. I don't want it, I don't know. Is that going to look silly with just a little corner down here? I guess we could put some trims and stuff on it. Could pull it out a little bit. I suppose I could cut it as a triangle. I don't know, should we put it down here and maybe put a trim around it? Okay. Excuse me. All right, let's try the giving liberates the soul. Let's see. Is it better this way? Or this way? Maybe sideways. Although this pen is having a little bit of trouble with this paper. The paper is a little soft. This light green, the dark green is a little heavier. The light green is more like construction paper. And I'm not sure this pen really loves it. I was struggling just a little bit when I was drawing because it was cutting out a little. And it seems to be the paper, because when I go over to the dark green, it seems fine. You know, giving. So we can go back over it, I guess is what I'm saying. Like right here. just to where it's fading a little bit. It's just that the soft paper seems to not quite like the gel pen as much. Giving liberates. The soul. Okay, now if we do that, we can put some trim around, we can put some gold trim around it maybe. Right? I don't know, what do you think? Too plain? Seems like maybe it's too plain. Okay, so what if just needs a little something, I don't know what. But we'll see if we can figure it out. We'll figure out something, right? That's the fun of it, is trying to figure out. You look at it and you go, not quite right. What if we matted it on some darker and gave it a border? Maybe that would be a good choice. Oops. Helps if I get the right direction here. Okay. I want to smear it, so rub from this direction. All right. And maybe just a little border. That seems better. Do we like it at the bottom or at the top? I think I like it down here. I still think we could mat it on something else. So maybe some lace or some trim or something. So let me grab some of that and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have a few choices. So I found, since we were looking at some little hearts, I found a little heart doily. That might be cute. I like that. That's kind of cute. The white. I also found this butterfly. It's got a little plastic butterfly in the middle of it. It's, you know, had a little stem on it, so you could put it on, you know, like in a floral arrangement. So if this kind of would give it wings, but I wonder about just cutting off that little plastic part and putting the wings behind it. You know, just kind of spread the wings out a little bit. If it liberates the soul, maybe it gives it wings. Giving liberates the soul. It, you know, it liberates it. It has wings. I don't know. That's possible. The other option is this one. So I have 3. So this is kind of a tape, but it is gold. So it's kind of a lace. I don't want to lay it down because it's kind of sticky, but it would look, you know, like something like that, or you could put 2 pieces side by side and put the gold. I think the gold is my least favorite. So then it's just a question, do we like the heart? And again, we could kind of cock it a little bit there. Or do we like the wings? I'm kind of leaning toward the wings just because it's different, right? I think that's kind of fun. So maybe we just want to attach those wings. Let's see, about where, if we have it there. almost out to the edge. I don't know, should they be a little further apart? Maybe something like that. So what I'm thinking is I'll just put a little dab of hot glue, kind of set it where it goes, and then we can glue the whole thing down. So there we go. That way they're attached. And now we can just pop the rest of them down. I guess I could put a little more maybe under there to hold them in place. Okay. I think that's good. Should have gotten some more glue sticks out. That's kind of different. There we go. So we've got the hands, we've got a couple hearts, we've got a little butterfly giving liberates the soul. It gives us flight. And then I have trims. I brought some of this. I have this one. Oh, we could put these across the wrists, right? Where the bracelets are. That might be nice. We could put a little bit of gold. We could do some rings if we wanted to. Maybe. Let's start with the cross where the bracelets are. Trim that little edge there. What do you think? Like that. That works. Got some strings. Always, right? That's the danger of hot glue, but you know, well, it's not the danger of hot glue. It's just one of the side effects of hot glue is that we have strings. Sorry, I just had to grab a couple more glue sticks. All right, those strings out of the way. Let's put one up here. Let's put one on this end too. Right about there. Didn't do a very good job. I keep losing it once I pick it up. There it is. There we go. Right. Ain't no such thing as too much bling. There we go. Guess I'll just have to get all these strings off when I'm done, I think. Okay, let's see. Got that. I feel like we need something up here. I do have these flowers. I didn't have any gold, but I do have some copper, which is kind of pink, rose gold, right? I think it actually says, it just says metallic. I thought maybe it said rose gold, but something like that up there. Is that too much of a, not enough contrast? I don't know. Like maybe a couple of them up here. What if, let's see, this one kind of looks like it's kind of, you know, sideways. What if we put it so that it is in the circle here, and then we either let it hang out over the edge or we cut off the edge. The edge is not very pretty, so we might cut it off. There's a little bit of a foam thing here, so thinking, let's see, right about there, and then cut off the edge. I think so. Let's give that a try. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, So that one's kind of looking down into it. And then maybe one more right here. Daisy, rose. Here's a different rose. That one's kind of a nice rose. So what if we did this one here? Down in here. Yep, I think so. Just in the middle there. Flatten it out. Okay, let's trim this one off. So it's just coming off the page there. That's pretty good. I like that. Just a little something up there in the corner. Should we add a ring or two? Maybe. What do we think? I think that's too long. I should have cut it one shorter. Trim up the edges a little bit here. Yep. Okay. There we go. And then on this one over here, we do the same. Do just a little ring here. On the index finger. What do we think? Do we need a little jewel or two on the fingernails? Let's see. Need one on the pinky. What do you think? One on the pinky, one on the thumb, two on the thumb. Yeah, maybe just a little. Like, I always like jewels on my nails. They never stay, but I like them. Right. And then over on the other one, let's see, still got a couple here. Nope, that's different. On the other hand, we could put them, I don't know, should we put one on each of the nails? Maybe we need one on each nail. What do you think? Do we need one? Does every nail need one? Should we echo it over here, or should we put, them on different nails? Like 1, 2, 3. What do we think? There, or one here, and 2 here. Yeah, I definitely like the one on the pinky. Not sure about the nails up here because just might actually be too much. I know that's shocking. Shocking to hear me say that, isn't it? Okay. What do we think? I think, yeah, I think we're done. I like it. I think that's it. So I hope you enjoyed today's. If you're still with me, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Helps me a lot with the algorithm with YouTube. So, if you hit like, it helps me be seen by other people. Until until next time, remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Bye.